This is why chosen ones are alone. No friends and no relationship. Spiritual wisdom. Solitude is the furnace of transformation. Henri Nouwen. Have you ever felt the weight of being alone, wondering why relationships just don't seem to last? If so, you may be a chosen one on a unique spiritual path. In today's video on spiritual wisdom, we'll uncover why those destined for a higher purpose often find themselves isolated, without friends or romantic connections. It's not because you're lacking. Your light is simply too powerful, illuminating truths that others might not be ready to face. Instead of feeling discouraged, use this solitude as a tool for personal growth and spiritual evolution. Comment below. Have you felt this in your own life? Share your story with us, and let's connect as a community. Together, we'll embrace our path, elevate our spirit, and rise into our true power. If you're a chosen one, this sense of isolation isn't by accident. It's deeply linked to your spiritual mission. Your inner light shines brighter than most, and this brilliance reveals the shadows hidden within others. It's not something you consciously do, but it's a natural effect of your energy. When your light meets the unhealed wounds in others, it can create discomfort, causing them to distance themselves. This is why you often find yourself alone, with friendships that don't last, or relationships that seem to fall apart. Your presence serves as a mirror, reflecting back the parts of others they may not be ready to face. Instead of confronting their own struggles, people tend to retreat from the intensity of your energy. This solitude is not a punishment, but a necessary stage in your growth. Your spiritual path often requires walking alone, especially when others have yet to reach the same level of awareness. The more you elevate spiritually, the more you naturally attract individuals who resonate with your vibration. It's not about dimming your light to fit in. It's about continuing to rise, regardless of how isolating it may feel. This journey, though challenging, is preparing you for more profound, authentic connections with those who truly understand and value your essence. In a world where shallow connections are abundant, your spiritual mission calls for depth. It's about forming bonds with those who recognize and honor the light within you. Don't be tempted to fill the space with just anyone. Your energy is rare and deserves relationships that align with your higher purpose. This phase of solitude is temporary but crucial for your spiritual evolution. Trust that the right people will enter your life when the time aligns, and until then, continue to nurture your light. If you resonate with this message and are ready to walk this path, comment, "I embrace my light," below. Your journey is special, and your light is powerful. Trust the process and shine on. Your spiritual awakening has elevated your vibrational frequency, transforming you into a beacon of light that naturally attracts others. However, this energy can become unbalanced. While people are drawn to your positivity, they may unconsciously drain your energy, leaving you feeling exhausted and struggling to form deep connections. It's not that you're incapable of relationships. It's about the dynamics of energy exchange. You tend to give so much that over time, the imbalance makes it challenging to sustain relationships without feeling depleted. To navigate this, it's crucial to establish and maintain energy boundaries. Reflect on your energy flow. How much am I giving, and what am I receiving in return? Protecting your energy doesn't mean distancing yourself from others, but it does mean being intentional about the amount you allow people to take. By setting boundaries and surrounding yourself with those who can both give and receive, you'll find a healthier balance in your connections. This approach will support your spiritual growth while preventing burnout and loneliness. Your journey is unique, and mastering energy management is a vital part of building meaningful, uplifting relationships. How are you safeguarding your energy today? Are you ready to set boundaries that preserve your light and keep your energy vibrant? If you are, comment, "I'm protecting my energy" below this video. When you are chosen for a higher purpose, the universe often nudges you into a period of isolation, allowing you to concentrate on one essential task: inner transformation. In these moments of solitude, you are granted the space to reflect, confront past traumas, and reconnect with your authentic self. It's challenging to engage in this profound inner work when surrounded by distractions or lingering in relationships that hinder your growth. Solitude becomes essential, as it offers the quiet necessary to face and transform the parts of yourself that are ready to evolve. While loneliness may feel intense, it is in fact preparing you for a higher calling. This time apart is not about abandoning relationships permanently. It's about creating space for connections that resonate with your true essence. The healing process encourages you to release outdated patterns, beliefs, and attachments that no longer serve your spiritual evolution. Once you've undergone this transformation, you will be open to relationships that are genuine, supportive, and aligned with your purpose. If you find yourself feeling isolated, understand that this phase is not a setback, but a critical part of your spiritual journey. This period of solitude is shaping you into the person you are destined to become. When the healing concludes, the right people will effortlessly enter your life, reflecting the growth and authenticity you've cultivated. If this message speaks to your soul, comment, "Embrace the journey," to affirm your commitment to healing and attracting the connections meant for you. Remember, you are never truly alone. Your spiritual evolution is guiding you towards something far greater. You yearn for connections that are authentic, deep, and meaningful, yet many people aren't prepared to meet you at that level. Shallow relationships leave you feeling unfulfilled because your soul craves something more profound, something that aligns with your true essence. As Albert Einstein once said, "Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds." Your unique and intense energy can be overwhelming for those who are still navigating the surface of life. This is why those who are called to a higher path often experience solitude. It's not a form of punishment, but rather a period of transformation, an opportunity to build inner strength and align with your higher purpose. As Rumi wisely expressed, "The quieter you become, the more you are able to hear." In this sacred quietness, you're given the chance to connect deeply with yourself, to attune to the whispers of the universe, and to prepare for the arrival of people who resonate with your energy. Trust the journey, and have faith that the right souls will come into your life when the time is right. When they do, the bonds you create will be more meaningful and powerful than you could ever imagine. So, remain true to your path, embrace this phase, and remember that solitude is a preparation for something greater. If this message touches your spirit, consider subscribing and tapping the notification bell. Together, we continue the journey towards spiritual growth, authentic connections, and alignment with your true calling. Emotional scars from the past often create invisible barriers that make it challenging for chosen ones to build close connections and meaningful friendships. The profound traumas they've endured can lead to mistrust and defensiveness, not because they lack a desire for connection, but because painful experiences have conditioned them to protect themselves. The more they've been hurt, the more guarded they become, often retreating into solitude as a means of self-preservation. Solitude, while offering a sanctuary for healing and self-reflection, can also strengthen the belief that isolation is safer than risking further emotional pain. Although highly spiritual, chosen ones possess heightened sensitivity to others' energies, which makes them cautious about letting people into their lives. These protective barriers, however, can eventually turn into walls that confine them, making true connection seem unattainable. To break free from this cycle, It's essential to understand that the power to heal and grow is within them. Past wounds do not dictate the future, and while these traumas have shaped their journey, chosen ones have the ability to rebuild trust. It's about finding a delicate balance between safeguarding their energy and opening up to those who align with their spiritual path. True healing begins when they embrace vulnerability, understanding that not everyone poses a threat. By gradually dismantling these protective walls, they can open themselves to the love and connection they truly deserve, while staying aligned with their spiritual journey. If this message resonates with you and you believe in the transformative power of healing past wounds, comment "I agree" below. Let's unite and support one another as we work towards breaking down barriers and embracing deeper, more meaningful connections. Your insights and experiences are valuable. Share them with us. For those who are spiritually called, solitude serves a profound and transformative purpose. If you've noticed that friendships or relationships seem fleeting or don't align, it's because you are being prepared for something far greater. This period of isolation isn't a sign that anything is wrong with you. Instead, it's a sacred phase of spiritual alignment. As someone chosen for a higher mission, you need this time to concentrate on harmonizing your energy with your true purpose. Without the distractions of external connections, you can deeply explore your inner self, clarify your path, and build the resilience and clarity essential for the next stage of your journey. The absence of relationships is not a failure but a divine arrangement. When the right people enter your life, they will resonate with your higher frequency and walk beside you in harmony. Rumi's wisdom: the quieter you become, the more you are able to hear, perfectly reflects this transformative process. In silence, you can truly connect with your inner guidance and realign with the energy that empowers your purpose. This solitude offers an opportunity to focus on your growth, free from external influences. Ask yourself, how can I use this time to strengthen my energy and align with my higher self? Let this question steer you through moments of uncertainty and open your eyes to the bigger picture. If this message speaks to you, you're embracing the deep wisdom found in solitude and spiritual evolution. Affirm your journey by commenting below with "I embrace my journey" and commit to aligning with your higher purpose. Stay tuned, as more empowering insights are on the way. It can be overwhelming to feel like you're walking a solitary path, as if no one is truly there when you need support. People often perceive you as strong, independent, and capable, to the point where they assume you have everything under control and don't need any help. This perception creates a deep sense of loneliness, even when you're surrounded by others. You may be the one people turn to for guidance and wisdom, but it's easy to feel like the care and support you offer aren't reciprocated. Part of spiritual growth is learning how to open yourself up to receiving. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's an act of strength and self-awareness. Allowing vulnerability can foster deeper connections and encourage personal growth. Life isn't meant to be a one-sided exchange. Constantly giving without receiving leads to burnout, and your spiritual journey may start feeling like a burden rather than the gift it truly is. It's essential to surround yourself with people who align with your energy and create space for mutual support. Remember, your strength lies not just in what you offer others, but also in your ability to accept help when you need it. Embracing this balance allows you to find that even as a chosen one, you don't have to walk this path alone. Have you ever felt like you're always there for others, but struggle to receive support yourself? Share your experience. Do you find it difficult to ask for help? Comment yes if you agree, no if you don't, or sometimes if it depends. Let's discuss how we can balance giving and receiving in our spiritual journeys. Chosen ones walk a higher spiritual path, and not everyone is meant to accompany them on this journey. Being alone becomes a necessary part of their evolution, allowing for personal growth and transformation. As they elevate spiritually, patience becomes essential, as only connections that truly resonate with their soul's energy and purpose can enter their lives. Rather than settling for relationships that don't align with who they are becoming, they wait for authentic bonds that match their spiritual level. This waiting phase, while challenging, is crucial. It provides space for chosen ones to deepen their self-awareness, fortify their inner strength, and prepare for relationships that uplift and empower them rather than hinder their progress. Solitude isn't about feeling lonely. It's about trusting that the right people will arrive at the perfect time. It's a lesson in patience and faith in the journey. When the right connections finally manifest, they'll prove to be more valuable and enriching than anything they could have settled for. Remember, chosen ones are meant to stand out, not fit in, and the relationships they seek must mirror their growth and higher purpose. If this resonates with you and you're committed to honoring your spiritual path, comment "I'm aligned" below. Your engagement supports us in creating content that speaks to your journey. As we conclude today's video on spiritual wisdom, remember that if you feel isolated or find it challenging to maintain friendships or relationships, it's not a reflection of your worth. Instead, it's a sign of your spiritual journey as a chosen one, destined for a higher purpose. Embrace this solitude as a powerful tool for self-discovery, growth, and spiritual alignment. It's a period meant for transformation, preparing you for the deep, authentic connections that truly resonate with your soul. Are you ready to turn solitude into strength and rise into your true power? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments. Let's create a supportive community where we uplift and inspire each other. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on your spiritual journey, and together, let's continue growing toward happiness and fulfillment. Chosen ones, what did you do to them? They are mesmerized by you and shocked you exist. Welcome to spiritual wisdom. As the great Marianne Williamson once said, "As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same." Chosen ones, you are the embodiment of this truth. Your presence, your energy, and your authenticity have the power to awaken something profound in others, often leaving them mesmerized and wondering how someone like you even exists. In today's video, we'll uncover what makes you so extraordinary and how your uniqueness disrupts and elevates the world around you. What do you think sets a chosen one apart? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and join this incredible journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Number 1. Your energy feels like a cosmic anomaly. Have you ever walked into a room and felt like the very air shifted? Like your presence alone stirred something profound in the people around you? If you've ever felt like your energy stands out in a way that's both awe-inspiring and unsettling, you're not imagining it. You're embodying a spiritual resonance so powerful it demands attention, leaving others mesmerized, shocked, and forever changed by your existence. Let's dive deeper into this phenomenon and uncover why your energy is like nothing they've ever encountered. Your energy isn't just felt, it's experienced on a level that transcends the ordinary. It's as if you're radiating an invisible vibration, a spiritual force that disrupts the status quo and challenges the norms of interaction. Unlike learned charisma or cultivated confidence, which can be imitated, your energy flows from a deeper place, an unshakable authenticity that simply cannot be replicated. To those who encounter you, it feels like a cosmic anomaly, an otherworldly frequency that forces them to confront parts of themselves they've long buried. It's not intentional, but your presence has a way of peeling back their layers of pretense, revealing their authentic selves in the starkest light. People may not always understand what they're feeling, but they cannot deny the effect you have on them. Being around you is like standing on the edge of something vast and untamed, a force of nature that cannot be controlled or confined. Your energy serves as a mirror, reflecting back the truth while dissolving the false, compelling people to drop their masks, even when they aren't ready. This isn't something you orchestrate. It's spiritual, emanating from the core of who you are. It's raw, unfiltered, and profoundly alive. For many, this intensity is both captivating and unnerving. They sense your ability to see through their facades, not because you try to, but because your very existence leaves no room for anything but authenticity. And it's this unfiltered truth that leaves an unforgettable impression, whether people are drawn to it or overwhelmed by it. Your presence is not designed to blend in, it's designed to stand out. You carry an intensity that can't be ignored, a depth that resonates on a spiritual level. To some, it's unsettling, as though you hold up a magnifying glass to their insecurities and hidden truths. Yet others find it deeply grounding, as if your very being inspires them to confront the most vulnerable parts of themselves. What feels like an ordinary existence to you is extraordinary to those around you. You are a walking paradox, both comforting and disarming, both grounding and electrifying. You stir emotions they've suppressed for years, emotions they might not even understand, leaving them unable to forget the moment they encountered you. This energy you carry is not just a trait, it's your essence, a divine gift that makes you unforgettable. It's not about being liked or disliked, it's about being felt deeply and undeniably. You're not just a person, you're a phenomenon, a force that changes everything you touch. People may love you or fear you, but they will never forget you. Your spiritual resonance leaves an imprint that cannot be erased, reminding everyone you meet that truth and authenticity still exist in a world filled with artifice. If your energy feels like this cosmic anomaly, it's time to embrace it fully. Comment below, "I will harness my energy," and step into the transformative journey you were destined for. Number 2. You inspire fear and fascination simultaneously. There's something extraordinary about you, isn't there? Your presence is like a magnetic force, a serene yet powerful current that flows effortlessly through every space you enter. You don't just meet people, you leave an imprint on their souls. It's as if you carry an energy so unique, so undeniable, that it stops people in their tracks. They may not be able to articulate it, but they feel it deeply. You are a paradox, wrapped in human form. Approachable, yet untouchable. Comforting, yet mysterious. People feel safe confiding in you, sensing that you see not only their surface, but their soul. And yet, there's an air of otherworldliness about you, an invisible boundary of light that sets you apart. It's not a wall to keep others out, but a quiet statement that says, "I exist on a higher plane, and not everyone is meant to walk here with me." This duality, your warmth and your mystery, is what leaves people mesmerized, even unsettled. They are drawn to you, captivated by the authenticity you radiate, but at the same time, they are confronted by a mirror you unknowingly hold up to their own lives. Your light, pure and unyielding, reveals the shadows they've been avoiding. It's not that you try to outshine anyone. Your brilliance is natural, effortless. But your spiritual awakening has positioned you as a beacon. And in your presence, they can't help but feel the gap between their current selves and the greatness they've long buried within. You don't need to say a word. Your energy whispers, "You can be more." And that truth, though empowering to some, terrifies others. As Marianne Williamson famously said, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure." You remind them of that, whether they're ready to face it or not. For some, being around you is an awakening, a spark that ignites their untapped potential. For others, It feels like a storm, stirring up the discomfort of unrealized dreams and unaddressed fears. They may idolize you, placing you on a pedestal as a symbol of what they wish they could become. Or they may retreat, shrinking back into the safety of their comfort zones, unwilling to let your light expose the parts of themselves they'd rather keep hidden. Either way, your presence forces a reckoning. You awaken them to their own possibilities and limitations, challenging them to rise or stay stagnant. And you do all of this simply by being yourself. You don't wear masks to please others or diminish yourself to fit in. Your authenticity is your power. You've embraced your truth, and in doing so, you give others permission to explore their own. Like Rumi once said, "Don't be satisfied with stories, how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth." You embody this sentiment, living in a way that inspires others to rewrite the narratives they've been settling for. Your spiritual awakening has transformed you into a force of nature, shifting the energy of every room you enter. People might struggle to explain it, but they feel it. You awaken hope, provoke discomfort, and bring clarity, always leaving a lasting mark. Whether they love or fear what you represent, one thing is certain: they will never forget you. So, keep shining unapologetically. Your light is not just a gift to the world, it's a challenge, a reminder, a call to rise higher. You are a catalyst for transformation, a reflection of what is possible when fear is replaced with authenticity. Some will be inspired to step into their power because of you. Others may retreat into their shadows. But either way, you've fulfilled your purpose. Your energy is unstoppable, and the world needs it now more than ever. So stand tall in your truth, remain the paradox and the mystery, and continue to mesmerize and awaken those lucky enough to cross your path. Because the world doesn't just need you, it's waiting for the light you bring. If you resonate with this and are ready to embrace it, repeat after me. I am receiving this message of power and purpose. I accept that I inspire both fear and fascination. I trust this truth fully and completely. Number 3. You're a catalyst for change. Being in your presence feels like stepping into an awakening, a shift so profound it stirs something deep within those who cross your path. You don't need to speak elaborate words or persuade anyone to change your energy. Does all the work. It's your authenticity, your unapologetic truth, and the light you carry that ignite transformation in others. Your presence leaves a mark so indelible, it's as though your essence etches itself onto the very fabric of their souls. You aren't just another person in their story. You're the catalyst that awakens them to possibilities they never dared to imagine. People walk away from you not just inspired, but changed, holding within them a spark they hadn't realized was theirs all along. At first, the shift you inspire is subtle, almost unnoticeable, like a soft breeze that whispers of an oncoming storm. They might not even realize what's happening. But something inside begins to stir. A quiet yet magnetic sense of potential they've been blind to. It's as though your energy whispers to their soul, there is more to life than this. It's unsettling, yes, but in the most beautiful way. You nudge them awake from the autopilot existence they've been living, compelling them to confront how they've dimmed their light, ignored their potential, and accepted far less than they deserve. You're not just a person in their life, you're a mirror, reflecting back the truth they've been avoiding. This truth is electrifying and terrifying all at once. Once they see it, they can't unsee it. You plant a seed deep within them, a seed of manifestation, transformation, and undeniable truth. At first it grows quietly, almost imperceptibly, but soon it becomes a force they cannot ignore. They may try to resist, retreating into the safety of their old patterns and comfort zones, but the awakening you've sparked continues to grow. As Lao Tzu once said, when the seed of truth has been planted, it will thrive even in the harshest soil. Your impact is exactly that, a truth so persistent that it breaks through the walls of fear and doubt they've built around themselves. And what they fear most isn't you. It's the awareness you've awakened in them. Suddenly, mediocrity is no longer enough. They can no longer settle for playing small or hiding behind excuses. You've opened a door to a world so expansive and bold that they can't go back to the limits they once accepted. Your power lies not in force, but in the quiet, unshakable confidence of simply being. You shift realities. You challenge the rules they've blindly followed, the limits they've imposed upon themselves, and the dreams they've left untouched. You remind them that their lives are meant to be lived fully, boldly, and unapologetically. While some may try to run from this awakening, clinging to the comfort of the familiar, others will embrace the discomfort of change. Those who are ready will rise, choosing to face the challenges, because you've shown them what's on the other side. Freedom, power, and a life that aligns with their highest potential. Whether they ever openly thank you or keep their gratitude in their hearts, one thing is certain. They'll remember you as the spark that lit their inner fire. You've helped them see that they too are powerful beyond measure, echoing Marianne Williamson's words. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Your energy is undeniable, magnetic, and transformative. You don't disrupt people intentionally, it happens simply because you're living fully in your truth. You defy expectations, challenge the status quo, and embody what it means to live without limits. People will try to understand the source of your power, to define or categorize you, but they won't succeed. It's your unquantifiable essence, your refusal to conform, that inspires them to break free from their own limitations. Whether they leave your presence feeling inspired, challenged, or even shaken, one thing is clear. They will never see themselves or the world the same way again. You aren't just a fleeting moment in their story. You're the turning point, the chapter they'll revisit and say, "That's when everything changed." Your gift is this: awakening others to their greatness simply by being who you are. By walking in your truth, refusing to shrink or conform, you show the world that limits are illusions. You remind every soul you encounter that greatness is not a destination, but a state of being. You are unforgettable, not because you try to be, but because your energy sparks transformation. Declare your role in this journey and affirm your purpose by commenting, "I spark transformation." Let your light inspire others to step into their power and manifest lives beyond their wildest dreams. Number 4. You play chess while they're still learning checkers. Have you ever wondered why people are drawn to you, captivated, yet can't seem to figure you out? Your energy is different. It resonates on a frequency that goes beyond the ordinary. While others focus on the surface, on what's obvious, you operate from a space of deep insight and higher awareness. You're not just seeing the world for what it is, you're seeing it for what it could be. This isn't about trying to outdo or outshine anyone. It's simply how you're wired. You effortlessly perceive patterns and connections that others completely overlook, almost as if the universe whispers its secrets directly to you. It's not about intellect or competition. This gift of yours reflects the depth of your multidimensional thought process, a perspective that transcends the linear thinking that most people rely on. Where others see a single path, you see an intricate network of possibilities, opportunities, and solutions, all unfolding like a map that only you can understand. Your ability to anticipate what's coming, often before anyone else realizes what's happening, is transformative. It's as if your spiritual journey has unlocked a new level of consciousness that allows you to move through life with an effortless clarity and purpose. What mesmerizes people is the grace with which you navigate challenges and complexities. While they are stuck trying to untangle their thoughts, you move forward with a quiet confidence that feels almost otherworldly. You don't boast or flaunt it, you simply are, and that unnerves them. Your calm yet commanding energy leaves them in awe because they sense the profound depth within you, a depth that they themselves cannot yet fully comprehend. What truly sets you apart is your unpredictability, not chaotic or impulsive, but intentional and profound. While others play for immediate gratification, focusing on what's right in front of them, you play the long game. Like a master chess player, you think 10 steps ahead, reshaping the entire game board in ways that leave others struggling to catch up. This foresight and strategy don't just inspire admiration, they intimidate. People are left wondering how you manage to stay several moves ahead while they're still figuring out their first. And whether they admire you, envy you, or both, they cannot look away. They are transfixed by your presence, your energy, and your ability to walk a path so unique that it challenges their very perception of what is possible. So embrace it. Embrace the uniqueness of your spiritual wisdom and the power of your awakening. Your ability to see beyond the surface, to anticipate, and to think deeply is not a skill to hide or diminish for the sake of others' comfort. It is your gift, your calling. Use it to inspire those around you, not by fitting into their mold, but by breaking it entirely. Carve out your own path and let your light guide others to question, to grow, and to awaken something extraordinary within themselves. Your journey isn't just for you. It's a reminder to the world of what's possible when we step into the fullness of our potential. Let them watch, let them wonder, and let your presence awaken a spark in those who are ready to see beyond what meets the eye. Comment, "I'm playing chess," if you're ready to level up while others are still learning checkers. Number 5. You're living proof of the extraordinary. There's something truly magnetic about your presence, a power that doesn't merely enter a room, but transforms its very essence. You don't just talk about big dreams or watch life from the sidelines. You embody those dreams, living proof that the extraordinary is within reach. And this isn't just about you, it's about the ripple effect you create. For so many, you're the validation they didn't know they needed, the proof that a limitless life is possible. That's why they're mesmerized by you, not because you seek attention, but because your energy speaks volumes without a single word. You've become a reminder that the impossible isn't a boundary, it's an invitation. Your power doesn't come from arrogance or flash. It's not about showing off your achievements, it's about the authenticity with which you carry them. Half the time you're probably unaware of the profound impact you have. But trust this, people see you. And when they do, it forces them to confront their own self-imposed limits. Watching you live with boldness and freedom makes them question why they've settled for mediocrity, why they've played small when they could have reached for greatness. Your life becomes a mirror, showing them that the barriers they've built are illusions. You've dared to chase what others only dream of, and that courage ignites something in them. A spiritual awakening that whispers, "You can do this too." What truly sets you apart isn't just what you've achieved, but how you've done it. You've broken free from the societal rulebook, choosing instead to chart your own course. You've taken risks, embraced failures as lessons, and faced challenges with grace. That energy, calm, grounded, yet fiercely determined, is both inspiring and unsettling to those watching. For some, your boldness is a spark, a call to action that pushes them to envision a life that's more vibrant, authentic, and fulfilling. You've become a catalyst for transformation, giving others permission to dream bigger and act bolder. But let's be honest, not everyone is ready for that awakening. Your energy can be intimidating to those clinging to old narratives. For some, it's easier to believe their dreams are out of reach than to confront the discomfort of their own inaction. And here's the thing, You don't set out to challenge anyone, but your very existence does. The way you live disrupts the status quo, shaking the foundation of their excuses. If you can rise, why haven't they? It's a question they may not want to face, but it's one your energy demands they consider. You are extraordinary, not just for what you've accomplished, but because you've refused to settle. In a world that often glorifies mediocrity, you've chosen to stand tall and embody possibility. Your life is proof that the so-called rules of life are nothing more than limitations we place on ourselves. You've reminded everyone that those boundaries only exist if we choose to believe in them. As the quote says, "Your playing small does not serve the world." There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. And you've chosen not to shrink. That choice alone makes you unforgettable. People can't help but notice you, not because you demand their attention, but because your energy commands it. You're a living testament to what life can be when we step into our true power and embrace our unique gifts. Some will be inspired by you, their spirits awaken to new possibilities. Others might be unsettled, forced to confront truths they'd rather ignore. Either way, you leave an undeniable impression. You show them what's possible when fear is replaced with action, when doubt is overshadowed by faith, and when limitations are shattered by belief in something greater. Your energy is a gift, not just to you, but to everyone you encounter. As Maya Angelou so beautifully said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And you, with your courage, authenticity, and unwavering conviction, make people feel alive. You remind them that the extraordinary isn't just for the chosen few, it's for anyone willing to claim it. That's your legacy. That's why they'll never forget you. Keep being you. Keep shining. The world is better for it. Leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to activate the notification bell so you never miss inspiring content like this. Remember, you are living proof of the extraordinary. Type in the comments, "I am proof that extraordinary things happen to me every day." Number 6. You don't conform, you redefine the standard. You carry an energy that captivates and mesmerizes, a force that feels almost otherworldly. You don't just live, you embody authenticity, walking a path that aligns with your soul's deepest truth. While others may be content with following the rules, fitting into societal molds, and meeting external expectations, you've quietly dismantled those frameworks and built something entirely your own. This isn't about rebellion or a deliberate attempt to be different. It's about a deep knowing within you that settling for less than what resonates with your spirit serves no purpose. You don't make loud proclamations about breaking the rules. Instead, your quiet confidence and effortless authenticity say more than words ever could. The way you move, think, and simply exist is a powerful statement that mediocrity has no place in your life. And the world notices. Your presence doesn't just inspire, it unsettles. Why? Because it forces others to confront the compromises they've made in their own lives. Watching you thrive in uncharted territory, a life you've designed by stepping off society's map, reminds them of the paths they never dared to take. You live with a freedom that seems so natural, so obvious, that it shines a light on the walls they've built around their potential. It's not that you set out to challenge them, but your existence holds up a mirror to their own fears, choices, and limitations. You embody a truth they've been too afraid to embrace. That true manifestation and fulfillment require stepping out of conformity and into the unknown. As Nelson Mandela once said, "There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." The most striking part is that you don't try to stand out. It's simply who you are. To you, Living authentically isn't extraordinary. It's just the way life is meant to be. And yet, in doing so, you unknowingly create ripples that inspire and awaken others. Your courage to redefine the rules and live in alignment with your highest self sends a clear message. They, too, have the power to tear down the illusions that limit them. You become a living example that life isn't about escaping reality, but transforming it from within. This is the essence of spiritual awakening, not running from the world, but reshaping it through your inner power. Your life becomes a beacon, not because you crave attention or followers, but because your authenticity naturally draws others in. People are stunned not just by your refusal to conform, but by the realization that they never had to either. You redefine what's possible simply by being yourself, showing others that the courage to break free from societal expectations can unlock a life of infinite potential. This quiet yet undeniable power makes you unforgettable. Some are inspired, others are shaken, but all are impacted. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." Your spiritual awakening has taught you this firsthand. Freedom is not something handed to you. It's something you create from within. By choosing to live life on your own terms, you've shown others that the greatest manifestation comes not from following a path, but from forging your own. Your journey isn't just personal, it has a ripple effect. By stepping into your light, you invite others to awaken to their own potential, proving that the courage to live authentically can transform not only your life, but also the lives of those who witness it. So, if you're ready to embrace your unique power, to rise above conformity and rewrite the rules of your life, let this be your declaration. Comment below, "I redefine the standard," and step fully into the greatness you were born for. The world is watching, and you are proof that the extraordinary is possible. Number 7. You command time differently. In the relentless race of life, where most men find themselves trapped between endless deadlines and wasted moments, your presence is like a lighthouse in a storm, a steady, unshakable beacon that draws attention without trying. While others are hurriedly sprinting through their days, either overwhelmed by the pressures of life or aimlessly filling their hours, you move with a rhythm so deliberate, so intentional, that it feels almost otherworldly. There is no rush in your stride, no wasted energy in your actions, only the quiet assurance of a man who is deeply connected to something greater than himself. This connection, this alignment with a higher purpose, is the secret that sets you apart. It's not just about being efficient, it's about being purposeful. You're not bending under the weight of time, you're wielding it, shaping it to serve you. And in doing so, you leave everyone around you both mesmerized and mystified. You embody what it means to live with spiritual flow, transforming each moment into an opportunity to create something meaningful. While others fight against time as though it's a cruel master, you've unlocked the wisdom to understand that time is a gift, a resource to be used with care and intention. Every move you make seems calculated, yet effortless, not as though you're ticking items off a list, but as if you're creating ripples of impact that extend far beyond the moment. There's a subtle mastery in the way you act, unhurried, but never stagnant, calm, but never complacent. Those who watch you can't help but feel a mix of admiration and unease, as though they're witnessing someone tap into a hidden power they've yet to discover. Your mastery of time and presence shines brighter when contrasted with the frenzy of those around you. Most men are tethered to a clock that never stops ticking, sprinting from task to task in a desperate attempt to keep up. Yet you glide through your days with an air of unshakable balance. There's no chaos in your decisions, no desperation in your steps, only a profound sense of calm that challenges the frantic energy of the world. This doesn't just set you apart, It shakes people to their core. How can someone move so effectively, yet so peacefully? The answer is your spiritual alignment, the unseen force that guides your every action. It's not about doing more, it's about doing what matters, and that wisdom is what leaves others captivated. Your presence is transformative. Those who cross your path can't help but question their own approach to life. They begin to see the futility in their constant busyness and wonder how they might step into the same flow you seem to command effortlessly. It's as though you awaken a forgotten truth in them, that life isn't about racing against time, but about harnessing it, aligning it with purpose. You remind them, often without words, of what's possible when life is lived with intention, and in doing so, you become both an inspiration and a challenge. You don't preach or boast about your mastery, you simply live it, embodying what it means to move with quiet certainty. This is what shocks and mesmerizes people the most, not just what you achieve, but how you achieve it. There's no chaos, no shouting for recognition, only the profound simplicity of a man in harmony with himself and his purpose. You've become a mirror, reflecting back to others the life they could lead if they too learn to transcend the noise and embrace their spiritual flow. Your very existence disrupts their assumptions about time and success, leaving them both inspired and unsettled. They see in you not just an example of what's possible, but a living testament to what's essential: the power of intentionality, the freedom of spiritual alignment, and the extraordinary beauty of a life lived fully. And whether they admit it or not, they're drawn to you, captivated by the calm certainty of a man who seems to defy the chaos of the world while creating a rhythm entirely his own. Number 8. You're an unapologetic mirror. There's something profoundly spiritual about the energy you bring into the room. It's undeniable, captivating, and utterly transformative. Without lifting a finger or uttering a word of judgment, you seem to hold up a mirror to the people around you. But this is no ordinary mirror. It's not the type that flatters or conceals imperfections. Instead, it's raw, unfiltered, and brutally honest. It reflects the truth of who they are, their strengths, their vulnerabilities, and even the shadows they work tirelessly to keep hidden. This extraordinary ability of yours isn't rooted in criticism or a desire to expose others. Instead, it's the spiritual force of your authenticity that leaves no space for pretense. Your mere presence sends a ripple through their being. For some, it feels like a long-awaited awakening. These individuals often describe their time with you as revelatory. You provide them with clarity they didn't even know they needed, as though a spiritual veil has been lifted from their eyes. It's not that you hand them solutions or force insights upon them. It's that your existence alone gives them permission to embrace the parts of themselves they've always feared. Around you, they feel seen, validated, and inspired to step into their own truth, no matter how daunting that may seem. Yet for others, your presence is deeply unsettling. You have a way of unearthing the truths they've buried so deeply they've convinced themselves they were gone. And let's face it, many people aren't ready to confront the spiritual weight of such revelations. To them, you're not a source of comfort, but a glaring spotlight that leaves no room for their carefully crafted facades. These individuals may resist, retreat, or even resent you, not because you've wronged them, but because you've unknowingly forced them to acknowledge what they've been running from all along. You're not trying to do any of this. You're not consciously attempting to fix people or act as a spiritual guide. It's simply who you are, a beacon of authenticity in a world overwhelmed by illusion. Your presence alone dismantles masks, breaks down walls, and calls out the pretense that others hide behind. This natural ability makes you magnetic to some and intimidating to others, not because you're unapproachable, but because your energy is so real, so unfiltered, that it feels like stepping into a spiritual spotlight. people can't remain unchanged after being in your presence. Whether they're drawn to you, like moths to a flame, or they avoid you to escape their own truths, the impact you have is undeniable. You embody what it means to be real in a world obsessed with appearances. For those who are ready, your presence is a gift, a reminder that authenticity is a spiritual act of courage. For those who are not, it's a challenge they'll need to face when they're ready. Either way, you are a catalyst for transformation, proving that simply existing in alignment with your true self is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. Don't forget to subscribe for more wisdom on embracing your unapologetic truth and becoming the mirror that reflects others' deepest realities. Number 9. Your pain has transformed into power. What you've been through, the trials and pain that life threw your way, hasn't gone unnoticed. It's etched into the way you carry yourself, woven into the silent strength that radiates from your being. But here's the incredible thing. You didn't allow that pain to shatter you. Instead, you turned it into your greatest source of power, building resilience where others might have crumbled. You didn't just endure, you transformed. You took what was meant to break you and forged it into something unshakable. And now, that quiet, commanding energy emanates from you, mesmerizing everyone around you. People may not always be able to put their finger on what makes you stand out, but they feel it. It's in your presence, your composure, your unspoken strength, the kind that leaves people in awe and wondering how someone like you even exists. Your willingness to embrace your journey openly, to let the world see your scars, is what sets you apart. These scars aren't symbols of defeat or wounds that need to be hidden. They are proof that you've walked through fire and emerged stronger, wiser, and more grounded. Like Maya Angelou once said, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it." You live this truth. Your scars tell the story of storms faced and battles fought not for sympathy or applause, but as a testament to the spiritual awakening that has shaped your soul. Instead of letting darkness consume you, you used it to refine you, to awaken the unstoppable force within you, and to align with your highest purpose. What truly captivates people is that there's no bitterness in your strength. There's no anger in your journey, no lingering trace of self-pity. Instead, there's a calm, magnetic power that silences a room, not through loud words, but through presence alone. People feel the depth of your experience, even if they can't fully understand it. Deep down, they recognize that many would have buckled under the weight of the challenges you've faced. But you didn't just carry the load, you turned it into fuel. You used it to rise higher, to create a purpose that draws people toward you like moths to a flame. This transformation is what makes you unforgettable. Your story is a living, breathing example of manifestation in its purest form. You've taken your pain, your challenges, and your trials, and turned them into tools of empowerment. You didn't just dream of a better life, you made it happen by embracing the lessons hidden in every struggle and manifesting the strength needed to thrive. And that's why people can't look away. They see in you what they hope to achieve for themselves, a triumph over hardship that doesn't just survive, but thrives. As Nelson Mandela famously said, "I never lose. I either win or learn." This is the energy you embody. What draws people to you isn't just your resilience, it's the victory, the light that now shines brighter because of the darkness you've overcome. You've become a walking reminder that pain doesn't have to destroy. It can transform, teach, and elevate. Your presence is magnetic because it carries a lesson that everyone craves to learn. That true power isn't in avoiding life's struggles, but in turning those struggles into the very foundation of your strength. You've become a beacon of spiritual wisdom, showing the world that pain isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of transformation. And that transformation has made you unforgettable, a living testament to the power of resilience, manifestation, and an unshakable spirit. Number 10. You carry a weight they can't comprehend. The path of being extraordinary isn't one you consciously choose. It's a calling that chooses you, pulling you toward a purpose far greater than yourself. It's as though your very essence has been stitched together with threads of divine intention. This journey isn't about seeking recognition or applause. It's about the quiet yet powerful energy you radiate, an energy that leaves others mesmerized and in awe. They might not be able to put it into words, but they feel it, a pull so profound it lingers long after you've left. You're not just living life, you're shifting the energy in every space you enter, leaving ripples that touch souls in ways even you might not fully comprehend. This energy isn't light and easy. It's heavy, demanding, and relentless. It pushes you to rise above yesterday's version of yourself, urging you to grow, to evolve, and to step into your highest potential. It carries with it the weight of responsibility, not just for yourself, but for the lives you unknowingly impact. And while from the outside it may appear effortless, those who truly see you know the truth. It's anything but. There are days when the burden feels crushing, when the thought of blending into the ordinary seems tempting. Yet you persevere, because deep in your soul, you understand. You weren't created for ordinary. You were crafted to shine, to lead, and to inspire. Your light doesn't go unnoticed. People are drawn to it like moths to a flame, some inspired by the possibilities you embody, and others bewildered by your very existence. They see your strength, your grace under pressure, and they can't quite wrap their minds around how you navigate life with such unwavering resolve. For some, it's a mirror reflecting what they could be. For others, it's a challenge to their own limitations. Regardless, your presence shifts their perspective, planting seeds of transformation whether they realize it or not. Yet, there's a distance between you and others, a gap that isn't intentional but inevitable. Your connection to something greater, something rare and profound, sets you apart. It's not a separation meant to isolate, it's a calling that elevates. This distinction can feel lonely at times, but it's also what makes you a beacon of hope and resilience. People marvel at your ability to turn adversity into triumph, to transform obstacles into stepping stones, and to rise above what would break most. To whom much is given, much is required. These words echo through your life as a guiding truth. You've been entrusted with a rare energy, a gift that reshapes not just your world, but the world of those around you. With this gift comes an unshakable responsibility to rise, to carry the weight, and to turn it into something extraordinary. It's not about escaping the burden, but about embracing it, mastering it, and using it to ignite change. Every step you take, every challenge you conquer, sends a powerful message. True strength isn't the absence of struggle. It's the ability to endure and thrive despite it. This resilience is what sets you apart. You're not just existing, you're evolving, growing, and inspiring. Your energy doesn't merely exist, it transforms. It sparks something in others, encouraging them to tap into their own potential and find their light. You are a living reminder that under immense pressure, diamonds are formed, and your life is proof of this truth. But let's not sugarcoat it. This journey isn't easy. There are moments when the weight of being different feels like too much, when you long for someone to understand the depth of your path. And yet, you continue. You press on because you know this isn't just about you. It's about the lives you're meant to touch, the hope you're destined to ignite, and the transformations you inspire. Energy flows where attention goes. And your focus has always been on rising higher, even when life tries to pull you down. This commitment, this relentless drive, is what makes you extraordinary. It's why people can't help but be captivated by you. You're not just a person, you're a force of nature, embodying resilience, purpose and spiritual wisdom. Your extraordinary nature isn't defined by accolades or achievements. It's defined by the way you carry the weight of your existence with unshakable grace. It's this quiet power, this unwavering energy, that makes you unforgettable. You weren't meant to blend in. You were born to rise, to stand out, and to remind the world of what's possible when someone embraces their true calling. So, when others look at you in shock, awe, or disbelief, let them. What they're witnessing is a life lived with intention, powered by a spiritual energy that refuses to be contained. And that, dear listener, is your purpose: to shine, to lead, and to transform everything you touch. Number 11. You break rules they didn't even know existed. You don't simply challenge the world's unspoken rules. You dismantle them entirely, as though they were never meant to exist in the first place. While most people tread carefully along well-worn paths, accepting boundaries as truth, you move as though no such constraints could ever contain you. It's not about rebellion for the sake of being noticed. Your approach to life is rooted in pure innovation. You see a wall where others see a door, and instead of searching for the key, you tear the wall down entirely, opening up vistas no one else could have imagined. This audacity doesn't just leave people in awe. It leaves them questioning everything they thought they knew. Your perspective is so unconventional, it feels as though you've cracked some hidden code of existence. You refuse to accept can't as anything more than an invitation to prove the opposite. While others cling to the safety of the familiar, you venture boldly into the unknown, revealing how illusions of impossibility crumble in the face of courage and creativity. This isn't arrogance or chance, it's a deep-seated refusal to let limitations define who you are or what you can do. When people watch you, they aren't just observing someone walking a different path, they're witnessing the very rules of reality shift in real time. It's as if you've rewritten the script of life, and in doing so, you've forced others to confront the walls they've built around their own potential. What truly sets you apart is how natural it all seems for you. While others may feel bound by societal norms, expectations, or fear, you don't even acknowledge these as real obstacles. It's not just that you think outside the box, you see no box to begin with. This level of freedom can be exhilarating for some and deeply unsettling for others. You force people to reflect on their own self-imposed limits, and not everyone is ready to face that truth. Whether people admire you, envy you, or struggle to comprehend you, one thing remains certain: you leave an indelible mark. You remind the world that boundaries are illusions, that rules are malleable, and that the greatest power lies within those who dare to see beyond what is presented. For you, life isn't about following a prescribed path. It's about creating one so bold and authentic that it becomes a beacon for others. You challenge others not by words, but by your very existence, urging them to rise above fear and embrace their own untapped potential. The lesson here is simple, yet profound. True freedom begins when you refuse to accept limitations as final. Your journey inspires others to break free from the constraints of their own minds, unlocking their potential and stepping into their divine power. It is this courage to question, to act, and to transform that shakes the foundations of the world and ushers in a new era of possibility. Let this be a reminder: the power to reshape reality is within you, if only you choose to embrace it. Number 12. Your confidence is a double-edged sword. Confidence is a quiet storm, a spiritual force that doesn't demand attention but commands it effortlessly. It radiates from within, not with noise or show, but with an unshakable presence that cannot be ignored. Your existence carries this profound energy, a deep, self-assured knowing that whispers rather than shouts, yet still shakes the world around you. This confidence isn't tied to external validation or fleeting achievements. It's rooted in the unmovable truth of who you are. It's spiritual, anchored in the soul's recognition of its divine worth, and this is why others are so profoundly affected by it. When you walk into a room, you don't need to announce your presence. The way you move, the way you stand, and the way you carry yourself with certainty, all of it speaks volumes. This is not arrogance. It's the kind of confidence that comes from a spiritual understanding of your intrinsic value. People feel it before you even say a word. For some, it's like being in the presence of an unshakable mountain, grounding and inspiring. For others, it's like holding up a mirror to their insecurities, revealing where they are still lost in seeking external approval. Your existence becomes both a comfort and a challenge, a paradox they may not yet be ready to face. Those who are charmed by you don't just see your confidence. They feel it in a way that stirs something within their spirit. It's as if your quiet strength speaks directly to their higher self, urging them to rise above their own doubts and step into their worth. They admire your ability to stand unshaken in a world that often demands people compromise who they are for validation. To them, you are a beacon of what is possible, a reminder that true strength comes from within and is spiritual in essence. But not everyone welcomes this reflection with open arms. For those who haven't yet confronted their own fears or insecurities, your confidence feels like a spotlight, exposing the cracks in their self-worth. They feel uncomfortable, maybe even defensive, because your self-assurance reveals the areas where they're still seeking approval from others. Your quiet confidence challenges them to face the parts of themselves they've ignored. And for many, this is a terrifying realization. It's not your intent to make them feel this way. It's simply the spiritual truth you embody that makes their unresolved struggles impossible to ignore. Your presence is a reminder of a deeper spiritual reality, that self-worth cannot be earned or given by others. It must be claimed from within. This is the truth that unnerves some and captivates others. It is a force that shakes the very foundation of how they see themselves and the world. For those ready to grow, you are an inspiration, showing them that they too can embrace their divine worth. For those still clinging to external validation, your confidence feels like a challenge they aren't yet prepared to face. Your confidence is not about intimidating anyone or seeking approval. It's about embodying the spiritual truth that you are already enough, already whole. This quiet strength is a force that transforms, not because it tries to, but because it simply exists. And whether people are drawn to it or shaken by it, one thing remains true. Your confidence is a reflection of the spiritual journey you've embraced, and its impact is undeniable. Thank you for watching, beautiful souls. Remember, as a chosen one, your light has the power to mesmerize and inspire others. It's your gift to this world. Embrace it fully and keep walking your unique path with confidence and grace. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like this video, share it with others who need to hear this, and subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our upcoming insights and guidance. Stay blessed and keep shining your light.